Hello everyone, hope we're all good. Big shout out to KR Couriers and Transport Limited for all their support. A big thank you to everyone who likes, shares, comments and subscribes to the All or Nothing podcast with myself, Billy Moore. Weather's nice today. Yeah, you know, for February. Wow, get a lapful, can't see a thing. Boom. Anyway, so I don't believe enough people on these platforms are truly honest with themselves, never mind anyone else. Now for me, I'm going to come up and I'm going to bear all, share, you know, the reality of life, not mask it with the ego. Nah, never done that. Nah, never went that far, never went that low. Look, how low can you go, right? People think addiction is centered in the external stuff. It's not, it's centered in your mind. It doesn't matter what you used, whether it was weed, alcohol, cocaine, heroin, crack. It takes you to the same places. It takes you to those dark, lonely rooms of isolation, where you're full of fear and anxiety. You're thinking of ways and means to get more. You know, for me, it was, you know, the minute I used, I wanted to stop, but I couldn't because I was in the grip. I hope you can all see my beautiful face here because the sun is smashing it down on me. Yeah, so it's all about integrity. I remember going to rehab and Dave Mack, the head counsellor in there, said, "Billy, do you have integrity?" I thought, fucking joking, aren't you, mate? What's he just said to me there? He swallowed the dictionary. No, has he gone to a different school than I have? Because I haven't got a clue what he's saying. Because that's all. I had no idea academically, and I couldn't articulate myself. I found it really difficult to communicate. I was full of anxiety, and I was hiding it behind all my inadequacies, you know, with that like bullish way, street mentality. I'm hard, I'm tough. And in reality, you know, I was scared, I was vulnerable, and that was stuff that I couldn't admit and I couldn't open up about. So I went away and I found out what integrity meant, and it's like, does your actions match, you know, your thoughts, feelings and what's going on inside? You know, and it didn't really at the time. It does today. I mean, you know, have I got integrity? Sometimes, you know, I struggle with honesty and I struggle with being open, especially in relationships. You know what? Many of heartbreaks. And they always say like a relapse comes when it's something to do with finance and romance. You know, under every skirt there's a slip. You know, the power of a text message can take you out the house and send you on a mission. You know, and it's just all pain. And most of the time we volunteer for pain. You know, we want to leave ourselves on bricks. We want to be rejected and abandoned. Because we don't value ourselves. And someone once said to me, "Bill, right, see this £5 note? I've got two of them in my hand here. One here and one there. I'm going to crush this one up. I'm going to spit on it, going to throw it on the floor. I'm going to stand all over it. Pick it up, Bill." Picked it up. He said, "How much is that worth?" I said, "It's a £5." He said, "Exactly, it'll never lose its value. Although you've been beaten, battered, spat on, shit on in your life, you'll never lose your worth." And that made sense to me. And that's what I try and put out there for the people who know watch this channel. Because I know, you know, there's a lot of my audience that struggle with addiction, and people who even deny that they have got a problem. And I remember I got told I was in denial because I went to this treatment centre in Barleywood years ago when I was sitting in this circle. I thought, fucking weird this is. And they were going round the room saying, you know, what's your drug of choice? And people going, you know, I was just on the ale and, you know, I had a bit too, you know, I had a problem with the weed and, you know, came to me and I felt embarrassed. I didn't want to say either. You know, I was on the Class A's, heroin and crack cocaine. So I said, yeah, I'm just on the Charlie, mate. Just a little bit of Charlie. Don't even know why I'm here. You know, and this bird, she must have been about 18 years old. Said to me, you're in denial. I said, oh, fuck off you, denial. And denial means, you know, the acronym is like, don't even know I was lying. What denial is, a river in Egypt. I hit them all. I got told I was procrastinating. What the fuck does that mean? Putting things off today for another time that can be done. Procrastination is the thief of time. I don't even know where I'm going with this one. I'm just trying to hit you up with a few pearls of wisdom that I've heard over the years, you know. No complacency, that's another word that was through at me. You're complacent, you Billy. You're complacent. What the fuck, man? Am I thick here? Am I stupid? What does that mean, complacent? Set in your ways. Don't believe that you're bulletproof. Not forgetting where you come from. That's what it meant. You know, but the stuff like powerless. I'm not powerless. You know, Bill. Around what? People, places and things. Oh, come off it, mate. No. I could intimidate someone with just the way I looked. You know, but that was, again, that was a form of my fear manifesting in the external look that I'd give someone. You know, because I had a few people in them, you know, that rehab in Barleywood, like, well, I'm going to tell Sarah off you. You're intimidating me. You're bloody bullying me. And I was baffled because I'd never said nothing to them. You know, and the reality was, I didn't have to. I just had to give you a certain look and, you know, sending shivers down the spine. I didn't realise I was giving them that look, to be honest. Fucking looking at that. Who are you talking to? Yeah, so it wasn't easy for those that are setting off on a journey, whether you're a binge user, whether you're, you know, an everyday manageable drug taker and you still go to work. You know, at the end of the day, it's night, we all know that, but at the end of the day, you're in your room. You know, and all you're thinking about is what you've got for tomorrow. You wake up thinking, what have you got for the night time? It's just a never-ending cycle of, like, headaches. Yeah, just a little bit of a random one, this. I've just left the gym, taking care of myself, investing in my health. You know, that longevity. Drinking plenty of water, training hard, eating all the right food. You know, it's a far cry from what I used to do. Me Mars, going to me Mars. I have to get me Ma to jump in the car and have a little chat with us, eh? See if she's up for that. Our kids here as well. Oh, can't even fucking park anywhere. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope somebody got something from that. Appreciate it. Take care.